What's up everybody? Today we're going to be looking at the wildly popular, wildly addictive and extremely frustrating game of Fortnite. Let's jump into it. Ooh wee!
I've been on my grind.
Fortnite is a co-op sandbox survival video game developed by Epic Games and People Can Fly. The game was released as a paid early access on July 25th, 2017. However, now in 2018 it is a free-to-play game and anybody and everybody is playing it. Fortnite is an incredibly addicting, frustrating, and time-consuming game. It is a very hard-love game for me because I often find myself parachuting in only to die a few seconds later because I can't find a gun. This game will have you basically jump out of a school bus, parachute down, speed down, parachute, and then find your way through the open world where you will have to bash through various objects, houses in order to get materials. You'll also be on a constant lookout for other players because as you explore the map, there are other players doing the exact same thing, trying to hunt you down and kill you. You can play this game as in a solo mode, you can do it in a duo with you and a friend, or you can join a squad of up to 5 people where you will run around, find chests to loot for various items and rarer items, and you will also be getting resources to build different things. You can build walls, stairs, roofs, and that's pretty much it. And I think floors. You use different materials depending on what you gathered throughout the game. There's wood, brick, and metal. Obviously, wood being the weakest, brick being the second strongest, and metal being the strongest against gunfire. In this game, it is a fine line between strategy and skill. You have to know when to build and you have to know when to run, what to do, and how to get around the map. Something I am still struggling with and battling to make it even within the first 10. But it is a fun game, and the more you play, the more you learn, and the more addicting the game does become. One of the great things about Fortnite is it has a shroud that kills you as the zone smallens. So what that does is basically as the game goes on, there is a magic cloud, dust, circle, electric field, vortex thing that basically just gets smaller and smaller, and it pushes all the players together. What this does is it allows nobody to sit in one spot and camp for the entire map. It brings everybody together into smaller circles, randomly generated throughout the game, where players will have to come together and abandon things they have built, and eventually land up in one town or settlement, fighting it out, being the last team or person or duo to survive. As you explore Fortnite, you're going to come across various items in the map. Common items are grey, uncommon items are green, rare items are blue, epic items are purple, and legendary items are orange. Obviously much harder to find and much stronger and more valuable in the game. As you explore the world, you're going to find various items, chests, and weapons. Some of the weapons you find are the M16, which does 176 DPS. That's for the common one. As you get the rarer items, they obviously deal more damage. You get the Scar, which does 203 DPS per second. The Scoped Rifle, which is 80 DPS per second, but obviously has a scope which allows you to see enemies at a further distance, which is a huge advantage in this game. You also get a Assault Rifle, which does 118 DPS. You get a grenade launcher, which does 100 DPS. Then you get various pistols. You get a revolver, and you get a couple other weird little pistols, which do... The revolver does 48 DPS, and the revolver does... So the revolver does 48 DPS, and then you get various pistols, which do 155 to 169 DPS. You'll also find rocket launchers, pump action shotguns, tactical shotguns, machine guns, SMGs, silence SMGs, bolt action snipers, and you will start with a hammer or an axe, and that is your starter weapon, which you will use to break down various objects and beat the snot out of each other until you find weapons. But find weapons quickly because if you go against somebody with a weapon, you will definitely lose. So that pretty much sums up Fortnite. It is a super fun, super exciting, and super frustrating game. It is great if you have friends to run along and do missions and play this game together. On Twitch, on any given night, it has 60 to 100,000 viewers watching it. And yeah, it's a great game. Go out and play. That sums up Fortnite.
Never stop, just keep on going. You keep on working, keep on growing. Yeah. I've never felt so alive. Keep working until I die.